Welcome back to the E-Show, episode number 20 once again. My name is Neil Ravin, and I serve as the Director of Communications for the Eastern Hockey League. I want to bring back our very first guest we had on the E-Show, Mark Kumpel, the league's Director of Hockey Operations. Mark, the second half just got started. What are your thoughts on the season so far in both the EHL and the EHLP?
Well, the EHL, it was really strange coming into the season. We had a couple of new teams, didn't know what really to expect from our teams. The hard part is after each season, you look at your commitment list and you realize that 50% of your team's rosters have turned over because they left and gone to school. So you really don't know what to expect when you get into the play. You just know that your coaches go out and work hard and they recruit hard. And they'll coach their players and get them into shape and get them to where they need to be. So early on, I was watching some really good hockey games, but yet the scores seemed to be, have quite a spread in them. There were some 6-0 games, an 8-3 game or something like that. Yet you walked away from the game saying, "How did it get to that point?" Because I just watched some really good hockey players play good hockey. And then you start to think about it and say, well, geez, we turned over 50% of our rosters at the end of last year. So that's to be expected. Now you see things are tightening up as the seasons progress. The second half of the season, I expect some really good challenges for the EHL, and our coaches have done a good job of coaching their teams up. You look at a team like Maryland, who had was one of our new teams, a new brother in this year. And they're on a 3-game winning streak all of a sudden right here in the middle of the season. The Connecticut Chiefs, another one of our new teams, has done a great job of being competitive throughout the season, and they continue to improve. And just recently, Neil, you and I kind of get the emails before you can put them up on the website, but it's good to see that the commitments are starting the faucet seems to be being turned on. It was trickling in before Christmas, and now after Christmas here, it seems to be a couple every day. So that part's exciting. As far as the EHLP, I was extremely pleased from the start of the season. We had a self-imposed limit on 20-year-old players within our league. It had our coaches out recruiting a younger group, and it seems like this younger group is a more skilled, a more talented group. The puck moves very well. The coaching at that level, I think, has been rejuvenated because they have players now that they're seeing, they're improving, they're getting coaching satisfaction out of it. And I think that EHLP division is performing extremely well right now.
And I'm glad that you brought up the close games, because I do my by-the-numbers features throughout the seasons. You can see those on the EHL website. The percentages have gone up as the year has gone on. Over 60% of games decided by 3 goals or less, 40% for 2 goals or less. And last year we had 12 shootouts the entire season. We're already at 17 this year. What are your thoughts towards just the close games and how things have gotten tighter as the year has gone on?
Well, I think it goes back to what I was saying about our rosters turn over so much at the end of the year because our coaches do such a good job of placing their players on and moving them on to colleges. And so every year you come in, it's a new mixed bag, and you got to find those magic formulas. Whether it's the players hitting their stride or even understanding the language of what you're speaking. Everybody's, it used to be that junior hockey was for the local kid. Tier 3 junior hockey was for the guy that, hey, we'll put a team in the street, and within a 25-mile radius of this arena, we'll have our players come from that area. With the increased number of Division III teams in the NCAA, I think we're up to 80 now. The need for players that can fill those rosters, that can play and be part of the mix right away has grown. So it's gone to where we're international, not just local, but we're national and international in our recruiting. So you have players coming from all around the world, all around the country, and it's a job, it's a task to get those guys all on the same page, make sure that everybody's pulling the rope at the same time. So, it's expected that those numbers will increase. I think you're going to see the number of 3 goals or less decrease, but I think the percentage of 1-goal games is going to go up just because it's getting tight. And obviously, your teams are proud and they're jockeying for playoff position in both divisions. You can see it on the ice. You can see it, the intensity level that it has increased. And I talk to the coaches, probably once a week for most of the guys, and if not every other week with other guys, and everybody's is telling me how good their team is going to be in the end. And it's funny. I'm watching each team grow and get better. You see them winning games that they didn't win in the first half, and it's actually exciting. And again, I daily when these commitments come across in our emails, Neil, it's a sense of pride. I think our guys are doing a great job.
And speaking of a sense of pride, we'll switch gears a little bit with this next question. But of course, you and I and much of the junior hockey world has been locked in for the past 2 weeks on the World Junior Championships and for the EHL. We're obviously mainly a Division III league. It's well known, and we take pride in that. But every now and then we get the stud prospect like Cayden Primeau, who was just the star goaltender for the U.S. Unfortunately, they got silver, not gold that they wanted to. But what does it mean to the EHL to have a guy like Cayden Primeau out there on the world stage like that?
Well, you hit it nail on the head. We are a Division III placement league for Division III NCAA. We're proud of that. We're happy with that. But we also love when we get a D1 candidate. And usually we end up with 4 to 6 somewhere throughout the year, the kids that find a way onto a D1 roster after they move on from the Eastern Hockey League, which is fantastic. But then there's those rare occasions you have a player like a Cayden Primeau that goes back to what I was just saying. It's not just the junior hockey was originally Tier 3 junior hockey was for the local kid. Well, for Cayden Primeau, he was pretty local to the Revolution down there in Philadelphia with a family. So he played his early years with our junior program there and moved on to the USHL and then right up to Northeastern University. And to have that opportunity to play on the national stage and international stage wearing the USA Hockey jersey and that crest, something I had the honor of doing and still proud of. And I look back everywhere I've been, through my career has touted the fact that I went on, Wakefield High, Wakefield Pee-wees, University of Lowell, all kind of carry that banner that Mark Kumpel went on and played for the Olympics. And we also celebrate the fact that Cayden Primeau did the same. It means a lot for our league. It gives us, it validates what we do. It validates our coaching. It validates how hard we work for our programs. And we're not just an operation that's just out there running itself. We're out there producing, and we're out there helping kids get better and achieve their dreams. And I actually had the honor of being Cayden Primeau's team leader a couple of years ago when we went over to the Czech Republic and played on the international stage, which ultimately led to his world junior roster spot, I'm sure. He was an unbelievably poised young man, and how well he played and how well he carried himself and how well he was respected among his own teammates. And I'm not shocked to see him out there doing so well on the international stage. And I will be honest with you, I'm very proud to say that he played in our league. So it was a great thing.
Yeah, me too. That's for sure. So now looking forward, obviously we have 2 months left of the regular season, and then obviously March being the big playoff month. What are your goals, and the league goals for these final 3 months here of the 2018-19 hockey season?
Well, my goals are going to be the same as they are every year. I want to watch that commitment list grow. I'm going to continue to help our coaches and remind them that, hey, let's make sure we're working for our guys that are aging out or our guys that want to move on to college and that have the ability. I think that's our biggest goal. That's our biggest selling point. That's what we do. When I coached, at Walpole before I took over the director of hockey operations, it was funny. Every time I had a commitment that there was, call the kid in the office, hey, you're going to have you're going to go off to, let's just say, Framingham State. The kid's all happy and hey, coach, I'm going to get you a T-shirt. I'm going to get you a T-shirt. And I says, no, I don't need a T-shirt. Do me a favor, just get me a coffee cup, because every morning when I pick up that cup and I see my Framingham State and I helped you get there, that's going to make my coffee taste better. So the more guys we get in college, the better we're doing our job. I think that's our number one goal. There's one trophy every team in our league will win. It's going to be the list of candidates they get and move on to school. That would be the one trophy every team gets. So that's our goal.
And one final question, just to put you on the spot a little bit. It can be however you want to interpret it in terms of teams that will make it to Providence or not, or teams that have some commitments coming. But one team to watch in both levels, EHL and EHLP.
Well, you know me, Neil. I can't just go with one team, but I'll give you one in the end. I'd like to talk a little bit more than about one team. I look at the EHL level. I look at let's go by conference. I think Freddie Myers, East Coast Wizards, right there. They're sitting at a 63% winning percentage, and they got a couple games in hand. I think they're sitting pretty. Freddie does an unbelievable job of coaching his team up. Watching him time, he's got a good goalie over there. He's got some good defense when they move the puck. They're very honest. They make you work. They make you earn anything you get from them. So I think right there, he's kind of been sneaky good right there. So I think he's the cat's out of the bag on that one. The other team I like a little bit up in the north there is definitely Bill Zanaboni's done a great job as a second-year team in our league. He's another guy that his kids are real honest. They make you earn anything you get from them, and they earn everything they get. So those are two guys up there. But so if you move down into the Southern Conference, I look at I kind of like the New Jersey 87s. Before this weekend, I thought Wilkes-Barre Scranton was making some noise. They've struggled over the last couple of games they've had, but I like the way Josh Fusco does his things and how he coaches and the team he's assembled. But I'd have to say, aside from the guys you would expect, the Little Flyers, the Revolution, the Junior Flyers, the 87s have done a great job, especially in their second year. Actually, it's their first year of existence, so they've done a tremendous job down there. So at the EHLP level up in the north, my surprise team, I think, is going to be the Connecticut Chiefs. I think that Brandon Johnson and Kevin Cunningham have done a tremendous job of putting together two teams for the first year of operations. And Kevin has done a good job of having some young players. He's moved them back and forth from his EHL to EHLP team. You can see their growth and their potential is exponential. So I think he's done an unbelievable job. And down south, I think the Revolution down there, first year coach has done an unbelievable job down there. They're at they're winning at 70%. They get some good, young, talented players down there. They score some goals. So I think they've done a good job. So if you're going to ask me the prediction on who's going to win, I'm going to have to go with. Are you looking for one team that's going to win it?
I think we're good. We don't need to have a prediction. You gave us some teams to watch, and we'll see how the whole year plays out. I can't put you too much on the spot like that because as soon as you do, we'll hear it this weekend at the showcase. So
I don't have time to answer all the phone calls, Neil, that I get.
Those are some good teams to watch. We have 2 months left, the regular season, an EHL showcase this weekend coming up in Walpole, an EHLP showcase in 2 weekends down in Philadelphia. Then everything obviously leads up to the Frozen Finals in Providence. Thank you for your time, Mark. And all fans, remember you can watch every game throughout the season on Hockey TV.
Thanks, Neil.